Ahoy, swabs! Captain Jeff the Pirate here, at your disservice. And welcome to Captain Jeff Reviews and Questions Adventure Time. Alright, so the fourth episode of the week was called Mama Said. Now, first off, when I saw the title, I was thinking of Mama Said Knock Ye Out by LL Cool J. No, that's not the case. And secondly, of all the episodes from this week, this was my least favorite. Granted, it wasn't the worst episode I've seen in the entire history of the show, but it makes a good play for that. Once again, Finn and Jake be summoned by the King of Ooh because there be flying mushroom around the kingdom. And the king suspects there's probably a giant mushroom, one that is so big he'll be able to ride on it. So he sends our heroes out to go find the giant mushroom. While on the quest, they actually meet up with Canyon, Billy's ex-girlfriend. She was looking for some mystical spring. And while on their search for the spring, then they actually find a giant flying mushroom. They have to do battle with it, and they're able to defeat it. So then they return the remains of the mushroom to the king in Pizza Farm. Unfortunately, the king is displeased, and he actually fires them, sends them away. Now, okay, so that's pretty much the overview of the episode, and now I will review and question about Mama Said. Alright, so this episode raised a lot of questions. Oh, no, you don't. Sorry, that was close. So, question 1. Where did the first mushroom go? Or is it the prime one? Seriously, we see the episode, we see one mushroom fly by, and then we slowly start to see the tops of them fly off in the same direction. So they decide to go find the source, but instead no one went to look for that first one, which may have been the prime flying one. So, I just got another question. Are flying mushrooms a normal thing in this universe? Seriously, I mean, the only way I can figure the king knows how he could find a giant one to sit on and ride is that they're commonplace. Is that is that normal, or did he just make a guess and it turned out to be true? Now, when he's addressing Finn and Jake, he be wearing more Princess Bubblegum's clothing. So, what's going on here? So, I had a wee theory. My theory was that the King of Ooh is actually Princess Cookie, somehow magically or other way, shape, and form transformed into the King of Ooh. But I dismissed that theory after I remembered that we still see Princess Cookie is still in the penitentiary during the episode of Jake the Brick. Still, you have to admit, the way he's wearing her clothing and wants to be a princess, and is now a princess for some reason, the theory would have fit. Moving on. Now, encountering the giant mushroom, it actually has lasers that shoot and create more mushrooms, so could this thing have, if unchecked, just grown potentially forever and ever? Now, and here's another weird thing. The mushroom is somehow sentient and is able to talk. And while they're fighting it, they are actually learning all these facts about mushrooms, like about photosynthesis and how the best breeding conditions for mushrooms and how they're healthy for you and what vitamins they have, which is really weird. This show is trying to be educational. Adventure Time is trying to be educational. What's going on here? What the glob? Alright, so let's see. So then they do eventually destroy it because Canyon, she actually finds the spring and physically pulls it out. Not like just water splashing up. Like, it actually can take on the form of like, first it's a whip, then it's a sword, and then it becomes like a boa that she wears. It's magical water, so I don't question that. It just takes on different properties. Yeah, so there'll be that. And then, of course, they destroy the mushroom. So, rather than present the king with the mushroom pieces, they slice up all the mushrooms and put it on a pizza. Which doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it's really weird. Now, while they were fighting the giant mushroom, Finn and Jake get hit by the laser blast. And they actually get covered in the mushrooms. After they defeat it, we see Jake has some weird bumps on his back. So, are they both infected with the mushroom, some weird mushroom curse thing? And also, I think this. if the answer is yes, I think Finn, maybe he's immune because of the whole blade of grass thing with his whole arm and whatnot. So, 50-50 thing, interesting there for you to think about it. Urgh. Yeah, so then when they bring it back, they say, we made it to a mushroom pizza. Maybe if you wish really hard and sit on it, it'll fly. So, after the king fires them from their nightly duties, he actually sits on the pizza and tries to get it to fly. He calls it a banana guard and has him push him down the stairs, which doesn't work too well. Alright, so then after the king falls down, the banana guard gets nervous and he starts singing, Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this, Mama said. So, somehow the banana guards on the planet of Earth, on the kingdom of Oo, in the year 3000 and plus, know a song that was made in 1961. So, yeah, who knows how and why? Let's see. The last question I have is how, if now that Finn and Jake have been fired, are they still going to help the citizens of the Candy Kingdom? Are they still? I know they're probably still going to be working for Princess Bubblegum, but what's going to happen if the king needs them again? He's going to have to fire them. So it's what happens now that they're fired. Do they stick to their own paths? Do they go back free roaming? Do they help the kingdom? Well, what do they do? Now then, I do have one. Yeah, so that's the episode Mama Said. It was awkward. So all I have to say is this. If the magic mushroom in that episode is a metaphor for how they are making these episodes or the creative process behind them, well, let's just say Jake the dog put it best in the episode Holly Jolly Secrets. Yeesh. Yeah. The episode, it had its funny points. I thought it was funny, interesting, and kind of ridiculous, the banana guard singing the song. And just the actions in general of this episode. It was great. We actually saw they had a minor character who had a pretty good role for this episode. So while it does have a few good parts, the episode was all over the place. So, it ain't the worst episode I've seen so far of the entire series, but for this week-long thing, it's the worst I've seen. But it all balances out. So I give Mama Said 2 medium thumbs. It isn't the most horrible thing out there, and sure as heck isn't the greatest thing out there. That's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this be Captain Jeff saying thank you for watching me review and question Adventure Time. Thank you for watching, and as always, arrgh.